Hi-oh, beaver! Away!
Woo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Critscast. We are back with another season of ETF2L Highlander. This time around, it's the 23rd season, and it's going to be Feila versus SDCK. My name is Jake. Today with me is none other than Meer with Wiethoofd production. So we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, so what are your predictions going into this one, Jake, before we start off here?
You're dropping this question on me. I have no clue how it's going to be. I mean, SDCK looking ridiculously strong with that roster. Very stable, like you said yourself. Feila with a few switch-ups, but the core is there. So I have a feeling, very slight feeling, that SDCK are going to be in control for the most part, but Feila are going to give SDCK the run for the money. But ladies and gentlemen, we're back here. 23rd season of Highlander, starting with Feila and SDCK here on Wormtic, as we're back into middle already. A lot of damage has been dealt onto the red team, which is SDCK. They're getting completely destroyed. Joe UFC low on health, but he survives that engagement there. Mezzo's going behind with that dead ringer. He's gonna get a good position as well. Joe getting back into this action. Well, he's putting out so much damage on the enemies.
Yeah, so coming into that force, we just see the super hyper-aggressive style that you see in so many iterations of the Feila roster. Py just trolling over there, just absolutely mowing down Sambo, going down himself, but they put themselves in a pretty good position to take this first mid, but Lele did actually die in the post of that, so SDCK have got uber advantage. Their players are sort of staggering their way up, and they're looking in a pretty rough spot here, but certainly looking to edge this cap.
Yeah, Joe UFC once again behind that little lip there, putting out consistent damage on the left flank. The balcony is going to get pressure from the flank by the heavy weapons guy, but seems that they have managed to stabilize themselves. Uber's coming out, however, with May on the charge. The Vanguard trying to take on the Pyro, who's doing an excellent job grip there, but he's finally gonna go down. Here they see Layla, but she's very well protected by the team, and finally the point's been capped by SDCK, seemingly setting everyone at kind of the first stage of this game. Layla, slight advantage onto her. She may be able to dictate the course of the next push.
Yeah, when you're taking in those aggressive Ubers with advantage, you really, like, the key target of those needs to be the medic, and Lena just did a really good job kiting there, and they do preserve a pretty decent Uber advantage. SDCK do cap the point off the back of it, 30 seconds on the clock for them, but a retake straight away from Feila, now sitting on 40% advantage.
Oh, was that a drop right there?
Layla,
drop it to Murphy. What a combo there with stickies and pipes. He takes down the medic with the Uber charge in tow, giving Ghetto a very nice and comfortable advantage. Now Feila will have to figure out something against this situation. They are still in control of the point. They don't want to cap too fast SDK, as this is going to delay Layla respawn timer quite significantly. Says going to get reflected. They're actually killed off himself. And a lot of people are dying on the side of red, however. That's actually working out in Feila's advantage here. But Jekyll is coming in hard from the flank. Huge bombs here, taking down 2-3 players. Danny Duplex, Yahoo, is going to have a bit of a duke out here with Grip. Grip survives on 3 HP. That's 2 more than he really needs to survive this one. And still, the point belongs to Feila eSports. SDCK not really capitalizing on this.
Yeah, really there. SDCK, they took their Uber forward, but they lost, I believe, 3 to 4 players just before that push. They didn't have any presence on the cap. They rolled forward, and it was just sat there, just ticking down in Feila's favor there. We're going to see an equal Uber situation again. A couple players down on both sides. Feila look like they're just mounting a push, looking to get some spam off on this right-hand side. Let's try and stack onto this point and take the team fight that they've been to previously.
Ghetto staying kind of safe, far back. Clark is on the Vanguard, but he does take down Jackie Legs with the help of Py. Py takes him down. A lot of players there. 3 players down on the side of Feila eSports. They need to reunite somehow, but they've just lost the point. Their timer, well, no, actually, they reclaimed the point somehow. I don't know what happened, but in that chaos, it actually worked out in their favor. Kuroi scoping onto Jackie Legs, taking a body shot, headshot to follow up, takes down the soldier. And he's going to be safe and sound. Reunite with the medic once again. Py on the Vanguard, but there's an Uber charge to deal with. Layla has 100%. She pops hers just in time to sort of use it on the flank. Trying to get something done on the point. The point still belongs to them. But she's going to go down to a headshot from Kazarogger. That's huge. Geru dies, though, as well.
Yeah, that was some really fortunate timing there from Feila. SDCK took the Uber across point. Layla did an excellent job baiting. They got barely any frags off the back of it. They come in with their numbers, they come out with their spawners, and they just clean out and maintain that point. Of course, this map isn't about capping that point, it's about holding it, because that's how you win the game. And seeing a classic example of that there, as SDCK do take it for themselves.
And they have a very good positioning as well. They have that slight Uber advantage. Oh, but Py there, not taking any prisoners, taking down Jackie Legs. Mezzo as well, he's chasing down Sandberg. He's gonna have to get away. Your grip goes in very hard on the flank. You're trying to burn as many players as he can, just pushes them away as a result. But Feila eSports doing an excellent job just dry pushing this, losing Layla in the engagement, but they do take the point and take out 4 enemies in tow. It's working out for them. I don't really think they've used a single Uber, maybe 1 Uber charge in there since the beginning of this game, but they're doing a lot of good work.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to seeing it season in, season out, just these really aggressive pushes from Feila, but they lose so many crucial classes after that points capped, and Kazrock's doing a really excellent job of just picking off Layla at the apex of these pushes, and that's really working in SDCK's favour, getting them the advantage they need and allowing them to retake the point as they just have, but Feila not doing too bad in themselves. They're a minute ahead on this first round, Jake.
Yeah, they are. 30 seconds to go. 1.5 for SDCK. BB having a bit of a duke out, but he does take down Clark. Layla dying again to Jackie Lex off camera. Jackie Lex low on health, but he's going to be able to get away from the situation. Grit with the help of the soldier Satan, taking down Sandburn on that forefront. That also really kind of helps them out. Mezzo, however, not going to take too much of a delay and take down the soldier who's been wrecking havoc on the side, but he's gonna take so much damage. I think he's been made, and he has indeed. Join UFC takes credit for this kill. They're rushing on the point once again. Feila, no Uber charge. They have Gedu to watch out for, however. Gedu has an Uber charge popping right now with Daddy Duplex, also known as Yahoo, charging in with the scout now, but they're being completely stopped by the pyro. But they do have, well, they have gained a lot of ground, but the point still belongs to them, and the time is ticking.
Yeah, that was really smartly played from Feila. They knew they had time in hand. They just stack onto that point, but position themselves to back out. The Uber eventually comes out of SDCK, and they I believe they only lost 1 player there in BB, and they put themselves in a pretty good position to re-push here. They've got 10%, but it's going to have to be pretty clean. They've definitely got to take the point off of the back of it. Oh, but Mezzo gets Koroy. That's such a crucial pick before these pushes.
Ooh. That was very scary for Layla, but she pops the Uber charge. They have the advantage. Join UFC getting pushed away. Now they only have grip to work with. He's trying to go forward, but he can't with that pyro. The point is still in the hands of SDCK. They have backed away just in time, but they've lost 3 players in that engagement. Now they're getting destroyed. Layla's also getting destroyed there by Yahoo. Join UFC going down, and that timer is going to be so difficult for them to deal with. A lot of time spent in respawn queue. 4 players alive to sort of make the best out of the situation. Satan having a bit of a duke out with Jackie Legs, but BB comes in with help, and they're still holding on this point. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Jackie Legs did such a good job there delaying Feila. He was just jumping about. He jumped onto Layla, got that kill, jumped across Croy, got that kill, and he was just bullying any player that wanted to walk through shutters. We're in the final moments of this game. SDCK need to cap and hold it for 3 seconds to win this, but numbers down on both sides as it stands. Health really not looking good for Feila.
Layla going down once again. 2 players up for the side of blue. That mini sentries run out of ammunition in the background. Murphy capping the point. 3 seconds left on the timer. Long respawn queue comes in. Joe wrecking havoc, dropping the medic. But no, it's not gonna. No, dropping the medic. But a lot of players have been down. But it's not gonna be enough as the overtime clock ticks in, and SDCK get themselves the first point of this bout.
Yeah, 1 round in, it's looking like a nail biter already. It looked pretty good in both teams' favour at different stages during that game. As we roll out to our second mid, we saw the aggression from Feila last time. Let's see if they'll attempt that again.
Murphy, getting really destroyed there by Satan and Joe. Grit coming in with the backburn and the chat pack. Doing a lot of work in the background as well. Mezzo's just trying to face that. The demo man is not quite working out. Sandburn very close range, but with the Thomas Lab, he's going to be able to get out Joe back and send him to the respawn queue. 3 players down for the side of blue, but they do manage to cap this, and Feila eSports putting themselves on the board in that second round.
Yeah, Feila on these mids, they always aggress so far. They always lose those important classes, but somehow also manage to take the point nearly every time. But we do see Layla actually popping this Uber off as they're going, trying to scramble around the battlements of SDCK here, but it appears it's sort of a half committal there, an unfortunate force, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. And here they have to deal with Gedu's 100%. They're getting ready into position here as SDCK. They lose Murphy, however, and that's going to be kind of difficult to deal with, but they're jumping in with Jackie Legs. Nice flash there by Gedu. Chasing the enemies down. May is on the Vanguard. He's not gonna be able to do much about this. No player's actually going down as a result of his Uber charge, but I guess maybe that was something they were looking for. They got their point, and that's all that really matters. They do lose Yahoo, however, and he's gonna be waiting 15 seconds to respawn. Now, points getting currently recapped. This is what I've been talking about, Meer. They just sort of don't care. They go dry. They don't want to wait for those Ubers. They don't want to waste too much time, and they just try to get the point whenever they can.
Yeah, we've seen it work for them a few times, but I think just losing a few too many numbers there. When that Uber came out of SDCK, it looked like they were just prepared to go so deep into that lobby, but they heard it coming, they saw it coming, they rotated around the left side lobby, and then they just drive push commit onto that point. But it just didn't work out in their favor this time, because SDCK, they know what Feila are about, they expected it, and just shut them down on that attempt there.
Absolutely, Meer. And here, Geto, 85% on his Umedi gun, jumping Satan, trying to rectify the situation. He does get the medic, huge bomb, and Layla with 30%, she's gonna be able to get his Uber charge. 3 players down on the side of SDCK. The point belongs to Feila. This could not be any better for them.
Yeah, Satan TF drops the let's go in chat. He knows how important that pick is for his team. It's pretty even on the time right now. Their players down because, of course, the delayed point, the delayed spawns off the back of the capture. So they're just going to wait for their spawners to look to take this straight, but Joe gets picked off by Jackie Legs and Murphy there.
Kuri with the quick scope, taking down the scout. Now he has a very nice position on the balcony. Sees Sandburn, but there's also a sniper there. Kazak's not going to let him do that for free. He's scoping in, but he can't find any targets just yet. 185 onto Kaz. He's getting overhealed. He's getting a lot of attention from the team. They know how good he is. Oh, he sees Kuri jumping up there. Oh, he does get a body shot on the BB. That's a good pickup. He sees Satan's doing a lot of work, but Layla going down again.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. Layla getting dropped by a pipe from Murphy, and he's picking up even more frags. Ploy and Satan also going down to him. This puts SDCK in such a good position, not just to hold this point, but to then look to aggress into lobby and pick up even more players. You know, gun going down. They're just trying to disassemble any attempt Feila might have to recontest this point, and it looks like they're sort of like scrabbling. They've got 30 seconds down in terms of time advantage, SDCK, so they've got to look to shut this down once more.
Murphy getting a bit damaged there, but he's going to be able to survive. Jackie jumping in, but hitting that little lip at the top of the point. Sandber low on health now, but point is still currently being almost capped by Feila eSports. They're not quite managing to finish it off yet. Poi kind of hidden in the little shed area underneath. He sees a couple of enemies there. He's getting slowly chunked away, but he has that huge health pack to help himself out. And then Lilypad is building at level 3 central, hopefully, in that shutters, which is just so crucial on this map. Jumping in is Satan, low on health, however, getting denied. Not quite managing to find Gedu, but that was enough time for Layla to get that Uber charge. They're pushing straight in. They don't want to waste too much time, but getting pushed away by Yahoo as they're running away with the rest of what this Uber has. And thankfully escort Layla back to safety, but the point still belongs to SDCK, and 10 seconds left on the clock for them.
Seems like SDCK really do have this all figured out. They're shutting down the really important classes out of Feila. They know they've got an aggressive soldier, they know they've got an aggressive demo mat, and they're just shutting them down at any opportunity possible. And that's why all of these pushes are crumbling for them. They're sort of having to take unfavorable Uber fights, and as we're seeing now, Joe Farley onto the point, trying to buy time for a steamboat. Just Layla up from them. It's not looking good for this second round. It's going to go to SDCK.
Yeah, Layla is still trying to stay alive for the sake of logs, but that's pretty much all she can do in this position, with the second point of this bout going the way of SDCK. And now we're down to third round, the last round for SDCK. 3 more for Feila, as we're going to be seeing both demos roll out once again. Murphy so far has been much faster than Joe in UFC, but also lower on health. Let's see how this one pans out. A lot of damage onto Joe already. Oh, he's going to take a few more hits there. Satan jumping on the flag, but he sees no one. He's going to be able to get himself an easy pickup if someone comes through. Joe in UFC won the point once again. This is what Feila has really good at, but Crips comes in with the back burner, takes down 2 players very easily, get one of them, and definitely gives Layla quite a bit of breathing room. She's not been given that much this far.
Yeah, that was like sort of a cookie cutter almost of what we've seen on the first 2 mids here, but Feila, they learned from their mistake. SDCK coming into this game, they knew that Feila were going to take those really early aggressions into them on these mid fights. Then this time, Feila just waited back, waited for SDCK to think, oh, they've changed their game plan. and then they just come in 2 seconds later and absolutely sweep house on SDCK, getting I believe 5 frags in that, losing very few of their own. Joe and UFC are the only person in this spawn queue for Feila right now.
Yeah, now he's respawned and he's a demo man, so going to be able to join the rest of this team fairly quick. Murphy staying behind. The Ubers come out of Layla, but didn't quite manage to get anything done. Mezzo picks himself up a sniper pick. Not quite a medic one that they were hoping for, but it's good enough, opening up a lot of room for Kazarok to sort of scope in and see what he can do. They're still playing quite conservatively here. SDCK are hanging on top of that balcony. They don't want to overcommit. They're just waiting for a good opportunity. And Gedu almost hitting that 100%, but they're losing Murphy there thanks to Axio. What a great pickup. Now Gedu needs to figure out what to do. He's stuck below, and he's getting completely pestered there by Joe and UFC. Now let's see what they decide to do, and they decide to go in with Uber straight in.
Yeah, SDCK, they knew what they had to do. They knew they were close through, but they knew it was advantage. They just held on that bat, but Feila knew exactly what was coming. They pressured Axio, got that really important frag onto Murphy, and then SDCK were just forced to take that sort of unfavorable trade as they've yet to get any cap time for them in this third round here, but looks like they do finally convert, perhaps.
Yeah, they got a lot of kills in that engagement, but they didn't get Layla, and they lost Gedu as a result of that with that triple jump by Joe, Satan, and Pyro Grip. So it's kind of difficult for them to really go back from this, but hey, the point belongs to them, and well, they can hold it for a little while longer. But Layla jumping in with the Uber charges. Joe and UFC trying to take down Clark. He does get him. He gets another one. That's May. They're looking for the medic. 4 players down from the side of SDCK. What a huge air shot there with the help of that detonator. Jumping and juggling that poor soldier. Jackalic's finally going down, put out of his misery, but Satan comes in. Huge bomb there onto Gedu, making sure this man does not stay alive. And that means they're going to be able to hold on to this point for a little while longer. Half time for Feila.
Yeah, Feila know in this situation, they know they've got advantage. SDCK back in that choke, didn't see Feila coming at all. Then Joe Newcastle opens up that shutter, takes the aggressive Uber through and just sweeps house, but Daegu dies late too. That's really, really not good for SDCK as they still don't have point possession, 1 minute behind Feila in this third round here.
Just complete burning Yahoo to the crisp. They still are in control at this point. They are not letting this one through to SDCK. It's barely there, but not quite there yet. BB having a bit of a duke out with May, but he wins this one quite easily. And they're gonna just kind of like have a bit of a standoff here, Mexican standoff. And Gedu using those nice little fake outs, hoping that Layla makes a mistake of overextending, but no, Layla is staying far behind. She doesn't want to die any more than she needs to, and they need to really preserve this supercharge for the next engagement, as they will be able to hold this point for a little while longer, but they are allowing Gedu to get that point. Jackalic's jumping in, hoping for a pickup on Layla, but not quite getting it. BB low on health, he's pestered by the Ubers coming out of Layla. They're chasing out the enemies. Gedu's popping his. A lot of players are low on health for SDCK. Just a lot of kills coming both ways, but it seems that Feila are gonna lose more in this engagement. Layla, Lilypad, and Poi are the only people alive, but the point is still there, so we're gonna be able to milk this timer for a little more before finally SDCK take this one for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we thought that Feila just threw all their bodies on point, which really wouldn't favour them there. But what it did was it ticked that timer down to such a critical point for SDCK. They've got to play it really close now when Feila attempt to do this retake. And with numbers up, with slightly over advantage, I think we're going to see that very soon here.
Oh, Satan here onto Gedu. Gedu is half healthy. Oh no, he's going to get poked and stabbed by Axio. And that's going to buy Feila a lot of time, but they need to sort of just wait for the respawns. The faster respawn timer is going to work out for them. Only Layla and Joe and UFC alive for the side of blue. They just need to wait this one out. They almost capped the point, but they cannot get overzealous. They still have a bit of time to work with, however, from SDCK, so they may be able to steal 1 or 2 points away from them. But SDCK, I don't think they're gonna kind of wait and allow Feila to just get this one for free. Jackalic's just passing his scout, not really reacting to him as there is being picked up. Uber's coming out of Layla, and they're pushing in. Picking up Murphy, they're looking for some more. Clark is in there, as well as Gedu. They're taking a lot of damage from Joe. That's what he's best at. And finally, the point belongs to Feila. 2 seconds, 1 second left on the clock.
Yeah, SDCK knew there they couldn't let Feila pop too deep, because what would happen was Joe would walk forward, pressure those players out of the point, and then just leave his players behind to stack the cap. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out for SDCK that time around. It certainly wasn't going to go that way, particularly with a player and Uber Disad Feila do pick up their first round in this series. 2-1 to SDCK, coming out to our 4th mid-fight now.
Murphy once again faster than Joe, but he is not going to be able to stay alive for much longer unless there's Yahoo there with those sick reflex onto Satan, taking him down. Grip now with the jetpack in the back burner, looking for the medic pickup. W+M1 usually works, and he does this time around. Kazaro again, Murphy, Yahoo, Jackie Legs all going down as one fell swoop like a house of cards. 3 players up for SDCK as Feila completely dominating this initial fight.
We always know when there's a mid-fight involving Feila, they're always going to lose 5 players, but are they going to take that point? And in this instance, they do. Just, you know, the hard committal again, so critical on this map. Grip, Satan, Joe and BB just working so well in sync to get these early mid-fights going their way. And then once they get set up in this choke area with Layla up on Faluba, it's just a big ball of denial, and the bombs from Jackie Legs just aren't connecting because everyone just stares at the sky.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, Joe in UFC almost dying, but he survives this one. They do lose Poi, however. BB Uber's coming out, though. Grip is W+1 once again, chasing after the medic, but there's a heavy weapons guy, Sandburn, there, and just trying to, like, delay this push, and does, in the end, pay with his own life for the life of the medic, which I think is going to work out for him. But Joe and UFC, unfortunately, getting a bit too happy, trigger happy, as getting shot down by Kazarok with the body shot with the sniper rifle. Satan staying safe, putting some damage, splash damage onto the point. Nicely done, but there's just too many SDCK players to fend this one off, and, you know, losing 2-3 players in that engagement, it means it's just gonna spill out a disaster. Mezzo picking up the soldier as well. Here's Poi in the corner, but he's just given no mercy, no quarter in this one. As now Mezzo just completely wrecking havoc in the back line.
Yeah, Joe's been shut down so many times by Kazarok and Mezzo here, and it's just like, it must be such a frustrating position to be in, particularly being sort of the powerhouse, the main caller of this team, and his just aggression has just been completely stunted, and it's really impacting their team fights, as you can see. SDCK so aggressive on this battlement now, looking to get Layla down, looking to get that early force off and just extend their point more. No, the drop!
No way! Mezzo, what an absolute hero. He waited this one out. He got the medal, he got the stealth, and he shot Layla down when she was low on HP, thinking she was safe, but no, Mezzo is always lurking in the shadows, and you cannot underestimate the spy. Uber's coming out immediately out of Ghetto. They don't want to waste too much time, and they don't really have to, just using it for security and safety. They are in control of the point as well, and they will get it back up by the time Layla gets hers. There's a lot of players on the middle, however, and Feila are just a bit upset about this. I don't think the comms are very clean or happy at this point in time. Sandburn trying to make a sneaky play, but not quite managing to do so. BB gonna go down as well in this engagement. 2 for 2, essentially. Joe solo on health. He's taking so much damage. He's getting stabbed in the face by the spy, but it's not gonna do all the work he was hoping to do here. As Axio goes down here, Layla has that slight advantage over Gedu, and, well, they need to do something to recuperate.
Yeah, SDCK, they're doing a really stellar job here. They know that Feila wants to take these aggressive trades. They know they want to sit in aggressive positioning, bomb their players over, and they're just applying constant pressure, picking one player off at a time, just getting away with whatever they can, delaying the time down. And Feila do take that point back.
Oh no, I just saw Joe completely destroying the medic. Edo is probably not going to be very happy about this one, but that's going to buy them a bunch of time. Mezzo once again, I mean, every single time I watch Spies play, when Spies do their work, and you just don't even notice how they're topping the charts, as Mezzo's currently at the top of the chart as far as I know. If you don't see them do the work, and yet somehow they have most points, that means they're doing their job well. And Mezzo's complete topping and destroying all the backline that Feila eSports has. But now we're back on the middle. The middle belongs to Feila eSports. They have 1.5 minutes left on the clock. 1 minute left for this SDCK. SDCK reclaims the point. There's a lot of damage coming the way of Feila. Joe is getting his fair share of it. But they're going to be able to kind of recuperate out of this. Mezzo, Jacklegs both down for the side of red. SDCK missing 2. Kazarok taking down, trying to equalize those scales a little bit. He finds the Satan in there, BB as well. And that's 5 players down for this side of blue. And Feila somehow, out of this amazing situation, they're missing a lot of players, but they're popping the overcharge.
Yeah, SDCK are reading Feila like a book in a lot of these situations we're seeing here. They're doing such a good job of just shutting them down, just stunting any sort of aggression, any sort of progress they'd make, particularly from the flank, because you know how important they are to Feila's game plan. SDCK, they've just got 40 seconds on the clock left. They're 4 down. Mezzo and Sunburn, pretty chunky spawn times. And Joe gets picked up by Kazarok again. It's happened so many times this game. The pink class is absolutely running amok for SDCK here.
It's just such a difficult map to play as a flanker at the same time. It's the playground because there's like the flanks are so open. BB having a bit of a duke fight with May, but he's gonna go down to the detonator. And so far, so good for the side of Feila. They're in control of the point. Kroy now is scoped in. He's gonna be able maybe to get a few shots in, but no, he's getting completely spammed out, and Kazarok finishes off the job. Now Layla is stuck in that corner, and the Uber is coming out of Gedu. They're chasing everyone. Grip once again needs to do Hero's War, but he's not going to be able to as Murphy finishes off a Layla as she was about to hit 100. Complete wipe with Grip and Axio live on the battlefield. Only the Spine is now live. Maybe they'll be able to lose track of it, but no, he's made himself known, and now this entire team is on the hunt for the Spy. But 10 seconds left on the clock for SDCK. Half a minute for Feila. Can they do it?
Yeah, Layla really unfortunate to get juggled and picked up on 85% here. It means they're not in a particularly good situation to repush onto this point, and nobody taps on that point. And third round goes to SDCK. They take 3 points from this first map here before we roll into Warm Tick.
Absolutely mental game. To begin this game, season 23rd of ETF2L Highlander, SDCK versus Feila eSports here on KOTH Warm Tick, second round of the bout. As we're gonna be looking at Joe and UFC rolling out full HP as he's looking against Murphy. Murphy a little lower thanks to his rollout strategies, which make him faster but also lose more health. He's staying safe, however, he doesn't want to overcommit. Jumping in is great, but he's gonna get mowed down by the heavy, and he just Yahoo somehow managed to find Gedu in the backline. Kazarok going down, so is Yahoo, and there's just a lot of players dead for the side of red, but Layla has gone down as well. Neither team really has a medic to keep them alive, and it's just a bit of a scrap fight.
Yeah, I mean, the casualties of that mid are certainly no surprise, but that was absolute chaos. Like, Prem just floating in the air with his jetpack, gets completely denied, just floats off back to his side of the map, and then everyone else just piling in, and so many players down from Feila. Oh, but Joe piped off by Murphy. That was a really good job from him, and SDCK do claim this first cap.
And Murphy, like a doctor, rolling up and telling Joe to take his pills, like a good boy he is. And here, we're watching Kura on top of the shed, scoping in, hard scoping into the banana. He's going to be able to pick up Clark very easily for himself, taking out one player off the battlefield. Joining UFC, doing what Joe does best, and taking down Kazarok with just sheer damage and strength of will. Here, Sanders also going to get mowed down to that famous heavy spot. Thanks to Poi, and Point finally goes the way of Feila after half a minute being in the hands of SDCK.
Yeah, we touched a little bit before on just how important these banana holds are on Warm Tick, and SDCK seem to have that idea in mind, but they only committed their engineer and sniper there. They just got swept up by Joe. They're losing Murphy as well for SDCK, and that's obviously so important for denying this ground on point, getting the damage across into Feila, and hoping to mount a repush from them, as both teams are about to come up on this Uber charge now with Murphy on the rollout.
You're actually, that's what you're saying, you know, they're still sticking in banana. They have a heavy sniper and a soldier in banana. Feila eSports, they don't want to overcome it, but Uber's coming out, they're chasing out players, a lot of players to flash because Joe does not take any prisoners. Jumping off the pill is the engineer. Somehow Clark survives this engagement, and as a result, Feila lose 4 players, Layla included in this one, and that gives Gedu, even though he doesn't have his Uber charge there, he's using the last team fight, he managed to keep the whole team alive, and the middle point is just basically free to grab for them, starting the timer to take their way. Now, it's all in the hands of Feila eSports of how to decide to attack this. They have the disadvantage in terms of Ubers, but they do have their entire team to work with, so let's see how they decide to do this. I mean, they're just sort of setting up currently with the flank classes. BB staying still, Satan is just whipping everybody fully overhealed. He's going to jump up to the flank, maybe put some damage in the banana, but look how many players there are! Oh, comes from behind, he's going to get reflected by Yahoo.
Yeah, I mean, that was really sort of punishing damage there from Satan, unfortunately not mentioned. Oh, actually, Deco went down late there to a headshot from Karoi in that banana area, picking that really tight corner. That's the best they could hope for off the back of this situation. Layla now 70% advantage, 3 players down from SDCK, and we know as well they haven't got that cap advantage, so their spawners are even longer, just ripped down for Feila. We should be seeing a repush pretty soon here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Mezzo just using that dead ringer to get out. Oh, there's a Spicicle as well, but no, you're not getting away from the Pyro here. Grip taking down Mezzo with the help of Lily Pad. And now they're just sort of like, they got the point. I mean, that push was expertly, basically textbook execution there. They distracted the people in Banana, they got on the point, they got a lot of kills, and now they're trying to repeat the same situation. Kazarok, JackeyLegs both down for the side of the red. They're pushing in with the Ubercharge BB, getting his flash as well, chasing on the flank. Low on health, however, a lot of blue players are now trickling in through the underground. Whoa! Yahoo trying to go for a nice sick play from behind, but he's gonna get denied there by the scout, and BB claims himself another kill. And just like that, they just sort of dismantled this entire push, but they didn't get Gedu, and now Gedu has that 100% almost in the bank, and he's probably gonna be dictating the course of the next fight, unless Axio has something to say about it. But no, he just picks himself up a sniper, and now he's gonna try to slink away.
Yeah, it looked like SDCK there. They were sort of baiting a push to look like a sack wave, and then Feila came across with the aggressive trade. They thought, wait, where the hell is everybody? They managed to bait Jago out as he Ubers across point with the advantage he garnered off the back of that, and they're just converting the frags. Oh, Layla goes down to Mezzo as well.
No, that was just disgusting by Mezzo. He just, no mercy for the medic. Side stabs it, and now Layla is down for the count. Join UFC getting picked up by Sandburn, who's now kind of like making way through the enemy ranks. Poi there. Oh, he's gonna get destroyed as well with JackeyLegs help. JackeyLegs on the sniper, currently low on ammo, but he's gonna be able to pick up a sniper as well. And now it's Kuroy, only 3 players up for Feila eSports. The point has been ignored by SDCK for a little bit too long. They've lost about 20 seconds in this push, but they're finally gonna be able to hold this. Jumping in the same 300 HP, a lot of damage on the enemies, but he's not gonna be able to get this one down. And Mezzo just a shank to the face. Gets the job done. Join UFC this time around. Jumping in, taking down nobody, just himself.
I mean, oh, so you actually see the crits coming out of Feila here, and again, like we've seen so many times, like SDCK seems to be coming out really favorably in these team fights, keeping their players up, keeping their medic up, but they're just not able to cap the point. They're not capping the point, and Joe gets picked up by Murphy. Uber out of SDCK now. Layla about to be up.
Oh no, this is gonna be so excruciatingly painful if they do get the supercharge off. They have Poi. Poi is currently getting crits. Gedo is building his supercharge, but crit streak, they're not really getting anything with this one, but what they're getting is a lot of ground, and the point has been capped. 4 seconds left on the clock. Maybe that's something they're looking for. Now SDK has to dry push in. They're throwing players left and right on the point, but no, not fast enough, ladies and gentlemen, as Feila eSports get themselves the first point here on Koth Wormtic.
Yeah, I mean, that was certainly a bit of a back and forth. It really did look like SDCK was sort of dominating the advantages all the way through, but the one advantage that matters, the point capture time, didn't swing their way, and Feila scoop up that round 1 of this second map here.
As we're back into the action, second round, as BB is having a bit of a duke out fight here with the soldier. JackeyLegs is just completely abandoning this one, trying to jump away, but misses this one, unfortunately, and goes down. 2 players down for each team in this engagement. Neither point really planting themselves on a point yet. Mezzo is just being very annoying in the background, but he's not going to be able to get any kills there, I don't think, unless it's Poi. Or Clark getting the point with the rest of his team, thankfully, kind of free of charge. I mean, Layla and her team don't really wanna overcommit to this one. They were missing a bunch of players and they didn't want to like throw and lose anymore, possibly delaying the spawn. So maybe I was a good choice there. Maybe not. We shall see in a short future. But Roy now hard scoping in, looking for the sniper, trying to go for the follow up, but not quite getting it. Now they're currently like that's what Feila does. Just planning themselves dry push, but what's happening right now?
That was an insane bomb from Satan. He did a high bomb, round the back of Banana, and picked up 3 really important frags, also getting Degu down to just 27 HP. So Feila in a really good position just to convert these remaining frags. No heals up for SDCK as it stands, and then retake this point off the back of a mid-fight that really did not go their way.
Oh, definitely not. They just completely destroyed their entire flank and then the core. Feila eSports and now SDCK are playing from behind. I mean, they do have that 1 minute in the bank, just kind of, you know, ticked in, like kind of touched at the point a little bit, but they've stopped it somehow. They managed to take Axio and BB off the point somehow. Kazarok is taking down Join UFC as well. That's 4 players down for the side of blue. They still have the Uber charge they haven't used, and Gedo's gonna be able to get his another Uber charge in the time where Layla's just sitting in hers. I think they should just use it at this point and finish off the point with whatever they have left. Gedo 70%, ever so closer to that 100, but their point is still not capped yet. Uber's coming out finally.
Yeah, I mean, SDCK, they saw how close the Feila cap was there, and they knew they had to play aggressive into them, but they were on this side, so it's a really awkward situation there. But thankfully for them, they bait just about hard enough. They managed to deny that cap and get Degu out, now sitting 70% advantage. Uber is up for them, and they've got pretty favourable spawns also. No pressure from Garoy as he sat in that spawn wave and the aggressive Uber comes out. They're going so deep here, Jake.
Oh, that was huge bomb by Murphy, completely destroying Layla. And that is all she wrote for the medic for Feila eSports. Now they're losing 4 players with no heals. Gedo's still alive somehow, but they've lost a lot of players as well. And now they're just getting respawns. Points still in the hands of Feila eSports. They're going to get those slower respawns, but they should be able to hold this for a little while longer. They need those respawns back up online, however, because, well, SDCK is not just going to wait and do nothing. They're heading on the point right now. BB trying to stop it from happening, but it's not going to be enough. And currently, well, there's Jackie Legs up in the rafters, just causing a lot of trouble for the team. Oh, he gets a huge heal from the crossbow. And he survives this one now. Mezzo coming in, disguised. He's going to be able to stab Layla as she was low on health, and that's a shank that she's not going to forget in any time soon. I mean, those stitches will remain embraced in her brain. But Axel coming in on Gedo, and he is going to do exactly the same. A couple of bullets in the back. No more medic. I have no words at this one, actually. Just no words.
Yeah, so Feila looking to edge his cap. They're really not looking good on time, but players definitely not up from SDCK. Degu going down so critical in that. And 2 minutes left to tick down for Feila. Now it's really not looking good. If SDCK can mount one decent push together, they can definitely take this. But Layla, as it stands, 35% advantage. They're just looking to form a ball of denial and stop these SDCK players getting onto this point.
I mean, they're in a very good position to do so. They have that advantage, but they've lost Kuroy, they've lost Axio, however, Jackie Legs and May both down, and well, accompanied by Yahoo as well. So it's kind of a bit of a standoff, and it's not really working out for SDCK. They need to get some people on the point in this time of this round. Layla 100%, Gedo 70, he's getting there. Jackie Legs, huge bomb, he gets the drop onto Layla! Somehow he finds those rockets and takes down the medic with the Uber charge until that's +2, ladies and gentlemen.
That's so huge for SDCK. Puts him in. Oh, but Degu actually went down as well in that melee. And unbeknownst to us as well, it's managed to take down a further minute in Feila's favour. They're 2 players up now, so it should be a retake from SDCK. But again, it's anyone's game as it stands. Spawners coming up for Feila, equal Ubers. They've just got to hope they can win this next team fight. But SDCK obviously quite contented with holding this banana, protecting their medic, and just rolling through the punches, getting that damage off.
Yeah, absolutely here, Meer. Right, solo banana standoff, fully scoped in, looking for players. He gets a body shot onto Murphy, just nicking him there. Headshot onto May. That's good. That's 2. They need to just follow up this damage. Satan looking for the medic, almost getting the air shot, but the follow-up is gonna not.
Oh my god.
Actually, that's a complete wipe.
That was insane aggression from Feila there. They all hard commit, they lose 2 for it, and maintain all their other players, seeing a full wipe out of SDCK. That's not something you'd certainly expect out of this fixture. 40 seconds left to tick down now. They're sitting on full Uber advantage as well.
What's all this then? I mean, they have 100% advantage. Well, yeah, advantage in the bank. They're popping it right now. They're rushing with the players. 30 seconds left on the clock. Jumping in are hard. The core classes. JohnnyC chasing Gedo. Gedo's so low on health. JohnnyC wants to finish off the job, but he's gonna get finished off. Just in time, but not just in time as Joe gets the fade away pill or the sticky. And Gedo is no more. Layla still banking that advantage. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, we all know the medic's most important pick in those pushes. They do get it, but at what cost? They lost so many numbers. But it seems to be working out as no heals on the side of SDCK. They all get so weak as they approach that point. And that second round goes to Feila. They've guaranteed themselves points from this fixture, at least 1, going to this 3rd round. Are we going to see a round reversal of what we saw in that first map on Coalplant, Jake?
I mean, maybe they'll get 1 point here as a CK in this fixture, but it's gonna be very difficult for them to get this one, seeing how Feila eSports are playing on this map. I believe that was their pick. They feel more comfortable on this. I mean, it very clearly shows they know what they're doing. But Jack Legs coming onto the sniper. Oh, a lot of trouble with his Kuroy. He's gonna go down. Not much you can do against the soldiers bombing your face. Here, Satan, however, not staying far behind, taking down Sandor with the help of Joe and UFC. And now Grip comes in with a huge jump, but he's gonna get destroyed, lasered from the sky. But Layla actually losing their medic to Clark, the engineer, somehow, somewhere. That little tiny engineer gets the kill. Meza gonna get a shank onto Joe. And it seems that the point's gonna belong to SDCK fairly shortly after this hectic mid-fight.
Yeah, Feila there, they commit so deep. SDCK saw it coming. They managed to just convert all of the frags onto those spawners so early, losing so few of their own, and then at the end there, a nice arrow from Degu picking off Satan puts them in a pretty good situation here. They're in this banana, the ball of death, the ball of denial. They're just watching deep on this point, but Joker's so aggressive, Sandburn so weak, and Satan commits hard as well. They're going to try and get the force here, but so many down from Feila.
Yeah, they're really losing players left and right. The Uber is coming out, however, from Ghetto just to make sure all the people are surviving. Jackie on the Layla's case, but no, BB saves the life of his own medic, and Layla survives this engagement. 70% in the bank stored, and now comes the wrath of Feila eSports. BB chasing players left and right. A lot of stragglers are left on their side of the map, and they pick up not one, not two, but 5 or 6 actually players from the side of SDCK. The timer's still ticking for them, but that just changed as Feila eSports finally managed to get themselves the cap without popping the Uber charge, mind you.
Yeah, Jackie Legs knew exactly what he had to do there. He had to go so deep, but unfortunately doesn't manage to get away with it this time. Just huge commitment there from BB. Also trying to pick up Murphy, so that's a big bit of point bonus from SDCK down in the post of that, but Feila again taking this aggressive Uber into them. They know they need to pick off Degu here on 50%. He can't allow them to get this recap as they're lagging 30 seconds behind SDCK in this third round here.
Yeah, Joe and UFC just doing huge airtime, but it's the mini set that's gonna do the job as Clark gets the credit for this kill. Axio here on the flank in the banana, seeing that most of this SDCK team is in the middle, takes down Yahoo. Now he's gonna be able to slink away, perhaps. He's seen Mace looking for him, but he's not going to be able to pin him down. Uber's coming out of Geru, and now most of Feila eSports team is just currently just totally destroying Sandburn somehow as the supercharge fades away from him. Jackie Legs don't have waiting for the health back to respawn, but didn't respawn in time. And Joe FC now doing what Joe does best, looking for the medic, but the medic survives this one barely. Manages to keep that 33 in the bank, 50% or 50 HP onto Gedu currently as he's holding out the banana by dear life.
Yeah, the chaos we saw incited there just all caused off of the back of Satan's huge bomb. He bombed really deep, got that force out of Degu, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing now. So many players down from SDCK with Jackie Legs getting picked off. Also, Feila looking to remount this push, but health not looking particularly good from either side. 3 down on the side of SDCK, including those crucial explosion classes, and Sandburn getting headshot by Roy as well, making a lot of space for his team now.
You're Satan as well in the flank, just locking this banana completely here. Feila taking the point, both medics at 100 Uber charge. Gedu is just deciding to leave this situation. He doesn't have Clark, he doesn't have Sandburn most importantly. So he's deciding to just sort of back away from this one. They have a lot of time to work with. 1 and 45 seconds left on the clock for Feila eSports. Mates picking up an easy pickup there onto Axio as well. So it's gonna take care of the spy in the back line. And currently Feila just content with sitting behind those crates. They don't want to overcommit, they just want to be reacting fast, but they can't lose Layla at any cost. And Murphy doing a lot of damage there. Kura going down, Satan going down as well thanks to Jackie Legs, and that's a lot of players down. Layla popping Uber charge, but that's a little bit too late as basically what's left of her team are just the last remaining few players. Now she needs to get away from the situation and survive.
Yeah, SDCK scooping up that cap. That commitment was so good from Jackie Legs. He jumps up to that window, makes space, everyone starts staring at Jackie Legs. Murphy peeks that corner, just starts raining pipes down on Feila, and just converts huge damage, making room for his team, making room for their sniper as well, and they take that point. It's pretty even on the time as it stands, but it's certainly going in SDCK's favor as it stands.
Yeah, here Kazark actually picking up a heavy weapons guy on top of the shack. So, fairly easy. This is a slow-moving target. You better pick up this because otherwise it just kind of looks bad on the camera. Kazark is not really gonna make this. Oh, what the hell was that, Grim? He's using enemy rockets to take down the spy. What a play. He does die, though, but you gotta write this one down, boys. That's how you deal with spies these days. But Layla going down, unfortunately. And, well, it's not gonna work out too well for them. 20 seconds left on the clock. Ghetto on 100%. I think that SDCK will be able to get themselves that 1 point in this game.
Yeah, that was a really, really insane reflect there. I think maybe a bit flashy, but it certainly did the trick as SDCK commit forward with their Uber. 4 players down from Feila. 5 seconds left on the clock. Nobody in position to capitalize, get some cap time off, and it's going to swing the way of SDCK. 2-1 now, going into our 4th mid of this second map. SDCK winning the first one pretty convincingly.
I am absolutely impressed. I mean, Feila having such a strong showing the first 2 rounds, and this time around, SDCK managing to just kind of capitalize and do what they've done in the first map on KOF Coal Plant. Is just basically kill Layla over and over and over again. That's kind of working out for them. I mean, you just without the heals, Feila is kind of scrabbling for health, and you know, in an attrition battle, they're just gonna lose this one. Here, Grip going in with the jetpack, coming huge with the back burner, but he's a Yahoo there, just not really letting him do anything. Oh, and there goes Yahoo as well with the reflect onto Satan. Huge plays from the Pyro. But Axio is just gonna roll up and say, what up, medic?
Yeah. Yeah, as you say, you know, they're really, SDCK really trying to focus on Layla and try and win the Uber advantage game. Because this map's so open, because this map's so wide, it's like so essential to have Uber for these pushes, and SDCK fully aware of that, knowing when players commit in, it's all about the medic. It is all about the medic, as the mid fight is still going on, with Feila seemingly going their way. They've got pretty good positioning here.
I mean, they have the 100% as well, just in case. Satan is up top, making sure nobody goes behind as well. A lot of plays from SDCK in the middle. They finally managed to cap this point with the help of the scout. And the Uber charge is ready to go at any time they want, which is definitely gonna kind of put them at ease. Now all they have to do is just keep Layla alive. She's 150 HP, so she's fine. Mezzo is there watching and lurking, waiting for a situation to strike. Jackie Legs in the corner, but he's gonna be shot from the sky. Jumping in is Murphy. He's gonna get the force out of Layla. Now Grip trying to make most out of this. Boy's gonna get his fair share of the Uber charge as well, taking down Sandburn, and well, they've done the best they could, but they didn't quite manage to get Gedu, who is now reaching that 100%. They were probably able to use this in an upcoming fight for the mid.
Yeah, Layla there just sitting pretty with grips. Definitely wasn't enough to deny that bomb from Murphy. Sticky's really, really hard to reflect.
Legs. I mean, it's kind of crazy what's happening.
Yes, in these moments you can really see all the cogs at work, all the different sort of fundamentals of the game, all the different situations, however sticky the players are getting themselves into, particularly in these messy team fights. As we do see the unpause coming out, as as predicted just before, a few frags coming out, the aggression forward from Feila, managing to convert a couple of frags there.
I mean, they did manage to get a leap pad, I believe, and now gonna wait a little bit to see where Satan is gonna pick himself up a kill there onto Kazarog, but he's gonna go down to a detonator from Yahoo. Oh, here comes an air shot there from the flare. Grip gets a bit of more damage on the Jackie Legs, but he's not gonna be able to finish off the job there. And they're just sort of like gonna wait out. I mean, they've lost a lot of players in that last engagement here. BB's gonna be able to finish off Jackie Legs with the help of Grip's Afterburn. And well, they did lose the point, but they have a lot of time to work with. And here, Uber's coming out of Layla, however, they're pushing on the point. There's a lot of kills to pick up, and they're going in with Joe. They're just not gonna follow through with this.
Yeah, we touched before on just how open this map is and how getting your medic out is even harder than on Coal Plant. And it seems like just Jackie Legs and Satan are doing just that, their job, and just committing so deep for these frags. As again, we just see an absolute melee on this point. SDCK seemingly going their way, but pretty close cap time from Feila as they've got the favorable spawns here.
Yeah, all they have to really do is finish up this one, and now we're 90 seconds in the future. We can see that this is the reason why they just kind of like a bit more defensive. They are waiting for the sniper to reconnect. It's very important to have the sniper on this map because it's so sniper friendly. The sightlines are just nothing really to sniff at. And now we're back into action after this pause. 2 minutes left on the clock for the red team for SDCK. 1 minute 40 seconds left for the blue. For Feila eSports, Grip's gonna go down to a rocket from Jack Legs. Unfortunately, Jack Legs jumping huge, but he's gonna. What the hell was that?
Oh, that's a huge air shot from Murphy onto Layla. On 90% Uber, he just jumps far forward and just hits what he needed to hit. And that's really gonna favor SDCK on this point. Retake here, Jake.
That's absolutely mental, because I was just looking at Jackie Legs. I think he just did a pogo jump on the head of another soldier. I am not sure what happened. It's hard for me to really like understand what's happening in this game, but this is just devolving from like nicely organized play into complete mayhem, free-for-all, where people are shooting people with like hope abandoned. Axe are low on health. 18 HP is going to be able to get out of the situation safe and sound. And here now, basically a bit of a stalemate happening. 1.5 minute 7 o'clock for Gedo. That sentry was very strategically placed by Clark. And let me tell you this much, there was not luck involved at all here. Kazarok here hard scoping, looking for a Joe's head, but he's not going to be able to find one. Sandburn killed in the background as well. It's just complete mayhem, but Uber's coming out of Gedo.
Yeah, SDCK really didn't have a choice but to use. They're missing Murphy, Yahoo, and Sandburn. 3 of the classes are going to deny them. They knew if we don't use here, we're going to get forced. Let's at least try and get something off the back of it. They do lose 3 for it. Again, Feila looking to mount a repush. They're 20% away from Uber now. Only missing Grip and Lilypad as it stands, but their health really not looking too great with BB painfully low here.
Yeah, Layla low on health, 90% on her. Gedo going down in the last fight here, thanks to the sniper Kuroi. So that's kind of giving them that leg up. They do secure the point finally, and now they just have to play very passively. They don't want to overextend. They need to watch out for those jumpers. They need to watch out for those flanks. They need to watch out for Kazar. There's a lot of things, a lot of moving cogs that you really need to watch out for while on this map. Ooh, Join UFC getting a rocket onto Jackie Legs, kind of unknowingly catching him in the heel. But yeah, they're putting themselves on the point of SDCK. They don't want to just kind of stand back. They're pushing in without Uber Charge, and Uber Charge is coming out of Layla. They're going to pick themselves up. Basically, no one. They actually lose 3 players in this engagement.
Yeah, SDCK, they're just doing an excellent sort of bait out and fake out sort of play here. They're poising as being so aggressive on this point, baiting the Uber out of Feila and just not dying to it ever. And of course, their constant prank pressure, Kazarok and Mezzo on this map, and also Coldplan, is just really stunting Feila's pushes here, but their time's pretty close as it stands as Mezzo just drops down, picks Grip off before this push. Mezzo going down to Poi. Good committal from him, but health not looking good for SDCK as they pull up this Uber Charge now.
Yeah, 10 seconds left on the clock. They're using the Uber Charge to save the team, block the point. Halfway done is the point for Feila. Satan going onto the top of those crates here. Yeah, we're gonna get completely destroyed by Joe. A lot of players are dead for the side of red, and there's the overtime. They're gonna finish up this gap and have a half a minute left for them to finish this one off. Layla on 100%. Now all she has to do is survive for about 10, 20 more. Here comes Mezzo there, very dangerously close to the medic, but not quite managed to finish up the job. Kuroi taking down Kazorg, that's huge.
Yeah, Feila put themselves in exactly the position they wanted to be there. They had the point retake, and they also had Faluba as Murphy actually bombs in and gets that force. Feila, of course, have to convert so many frags here. 5 seconds left on the clock. Very little cap down from SDCK, so that's going to start ticking back really quickly, but there's still numbers up as they commit to point now. Jackie Legs taking this window area. It's applying huge pressure here, but it's just a melee over this point. Sandburn so weak. Players down for SDCK, but they are also from Feila. Oh no.
That is just disaster. They're still throwing players left and right. 4 players up on the battlefield. Layla, they're running away. Jackie Legs trying to cap the point. He's going to get finished off.
They're not on the point. Satan just takes the heals. He's got so much in his clip. Camber tries to commit on there, but... Oh.
No. No. No way.
So close. Joe commits in. No way.
Is absolutely mental here, Meer. Just BB on the point right now, chasing the medic. There's a soldier. They're jumping in. Jackie Legs trying to stop it, but it's not going to be enough. And the point is Feila eSports take themselves. They win on Koth Warmtic after this absolute banger of a last round, securing themselves, I believe, 3 points. And 3 points go the way of SDCK. This is as equal as you can get. And basically, like I said, sets up the rest of the season for both teams.
That was probably one of the most exciting last caps. It went to nearly like a pixel of cap time left in overtime for SDCK, about 3 times in that fight.
Oh my god, and that's only week 2 of 23rd season of ETF2L. I mean, we have many more weeks to go before we go to playoffs, before we go to finals, so yeah, all of that will be streamed here on Critscast.
I believe should be signing off about now.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the stream. Of course, there are more games coming up next week and the following month or 2 of the season, but this is going to be it for us. Thank you very much for watching, for supporting us. However you decide to support us by subscribing, we have Patreon, we have all the merch that you can possibly think of, all of it TF2 themed, because we're all big TF2 fans here. We're very much for joining us today, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hi, old beaver! Away!